What it do, ski? It's your boy, Failey McWhaley. Today we're checking out Stargate SG-1. This one is season number 6, episode number 4. Last episode, we were underwater as the Gould mothership sunk down. Jonas Quinn is proving himself to be a valuable member to the team. 2 episodes, he became useful. Don't forget, as always, if you enjoyed this video, then definitely be sure to smack the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, links in the description down below if you guys want the extras. That being said, let's get into it, guys. Yoit. We are in snowy terrain. Okay, we got the ice episode
as
for
far as
Stargate.
Back next year, well, you know, it's not up to me.
We think we now have evidence that the gate we found down there is one of the oldest in the entire system. It could be as much as 50 million years old.
The Antarctic plate wasn't covered by a glacier.
It could have been moved from another planet at any point in time, but that's what we need to try and determine.
We're getting some movements. Frozen. Okay, so this might actually be the X-Files.
Why's the plane?
Doctors Woods and Osborne.
Doctor?
Major.
Doctor?
All right.
Dr. Will?
Enough.
Is there a pineapple just out there?
The quarantine lab.
Oh, yep, this is it for sure. There is a bacteria inside of the ice, or a body, and it's gonna wreak havoc on
After
the
digging up
SG-1
your
squad.
file the first year, we expected to find... That's what the preliminary analysis of the oxygen content in the ice indicates.
If didn't humans evolve on this planet somewhere between 800,000 and 900,000 years ago?
Well, whoever this is, she was probably around when the Antarctic gate was first being used.
This is pretty big, and the fact they're going back to the Antarctic
she
Gate's
was actually frozen in the same
pretty
day.
interesting.
Listen, could somebody bottom line this for me?
Yes, Jack,
sir.
that's what I'm
we
saying.
could be looking at evidence.
Darwin would be crushed. I forgot to tape The Simpsons.
This episode is sponsored by
It's
the North
important
Face.
This is incredible.
Daniel would have
I know.
loved this.
No adipose there.
Let's melt this thing.
The right sleeve covering the face.
It's actually somebody we know.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me?
I got a cortical response. Sam, I need your help.
Electroencephalogram, it measures brainwave activity.
She's living.
Delta waves. Tilt her head, Sam.
The last surviving ancient.
There's a heartbeat.
She's conscious.
I think we're scaring her.
Back off, Jonas.
Okay. Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
It's gonna hurt you. It's okay. Okay. Here we go.
I'm very interested to hear what she's gonna say.
Not as far as I know.
Then she may indeed be not of this world.
2 other planets from Earth by the globe.
Yes.
Now the odds of a total...
Wouldn't it be us evolving to look like her?
True.
We don't need these restraints anymore, do we?
It's
all right.
You might.
Jonas? Francine is her name. Do you have a name?
It's gonna be harder than I thought.
Is that bothering you?
Oh,
Cause
that's
I just see Daniel do
I'm
this.
sorry.
She's healed.
That's amazing.
That storm is headed our way.
Roger that. We're almost done here. It'll be dark soon anyway. Just be back in a couple of hours. Woods out.
I mean, if we can figure out how she's able to regenerate.
Could she not be deliberately hiding something?
What reason would she have to hide anything? You all right?
Yeah. I just think we have the heat turned up a little high in here now.
Y'all should have kept the masks on, by the way.
You ever seen this?
Amazing.
We're gonna try something else.
Okay, so they're not dodging the virus plot. Thought they were for a second.
These are the ones I took of Colonel O'Neill when he had the knowledge of the ancient repository downloaded into his brain. Now, I've been comparing them to Iana's. It was doing more than that. It was activating dormant areas of his brain. Sam, look, what if there's more than just a coincidental similarity in these patterns? I'm saying that she's another example of an advanced stage in the potential human evolutionary process. Given enough time, evolution can do some pretty amazing things. Look, we know that predate human evolution on Earth by 50 million years.
Yeah, but that would put her behind us in the evolutionary timeline, not way ahead.
Maybe it got reset.
Unless...
Our evolution isn't the first time it's happened.
Yo, run
That's
that
not
back.
big, Janet. That's huge. A living ancient.
And we look just like her.
Put me in
That can
the
mean
fucking
that our
writer's room.
evolution wasn't just some biological accident.
Oh, she's dropping. She's down. Ooh. Okay. So that's what we're doing.
Michael's
So we are
frantic.
blowing the cannon
She's
a
running
bit.
a high fever. It's possible she may be carrying a contagion of some kind.
Yes.
Would she not also be ill?
If this did come from her, we need to know as much as she can tell us.
C-130 is scheduled to pick us up tomorrow.
The lockdown begins. What else?
Michael seems to have been affected first, and she was the one working with the tissue sample.
Along out there.
He's running a high temperature. Help me get him back to the barracks.
Radio contact.
Let's go. Tilt doesn't need no tutorials. He's a man of action. Are they speaking telepathically?
You can understand me.
She downloaded the language?
You're a quicker study than I am.
I'm going to boost the dose of antibiotic, but so far
I told her exactly what's been happening.
What
She
did you
seems
say?
To know that she's responsible for it. Right.
She's like, oh yeah, I forgot you're new here.
Sam, I need you to hook him up onto the monitor.
Well, in a story like this, you might expect a chest burster of some sort. A bacteria, the infection to grow, whatever it may be. And that would actually be perfect because of the Goulds and the symbiotes, right? But I don't think that's going to be a thing here, though. That would have been kind of cool.
Whoa, whoa, hey! No, wait!
She could heal?
Wait!
Jonas,
Let's see.
She's not gifting him a symbiote. Yo, she's broken. Hello? What are we doing? Yo, who needs a sarcophagus? We got it.
Do you know what you did?
We got her. We're putting you back in the ice.
When she wakes up, she can zap us all.
not necessarily. Healing them really exhausted her. And the rest of us will get some sleep. That's an order.
Huh, that's not a good idea. The 3 people who got saved by her are awake. Imagine
Hi.
they'd pop off. They'd be the ones too.
Thank you.
Who gives life also could take away.
I have to admit, I feel a little guilty.
Okay, no, they actually are getting worse.
Maybe now we'll be able to get a disease control team in here.
He looks familiar. Was he in an episode of
I'm gonna relieve Woods.
Okay.
X-Files, maybe? Maybe, yeah. Or maybe we've seen him before in this show. I don't know. Here comes the squad.
They said this might be beyond their help, but they're sending someone anyway.
His best chance is Ayanna, sir. She managed to halt the virus completely.
Gotta get your strength back. Colonel O'Neill still needs your help. More than that, we want you to live. Ayanna!
She peaced out.
I do not believe Colonel O'Neill would choose to become a Tok'ra.
I am aware of the Colonel's dislike for our kind.
Colonel O'Neill's in a coma. The fact is, we may be in the position of having to decide for him.
How can we do that?
Jack wouldn't
No
want to do
Tok'ra
that.
symbiote would choose to blend with us himself,
Can I go into
rather
her?
than remain with an unwilling host. Kanan's former host died before he was able to reveal the details.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay. 100%.
Willing host. Sir, please.
We're busting out this tune too? He's gonna do it! What? I didn't even think, I was literally gonna say like, oh, Jack hasn't been doing all too much recently. Sort of just kicking it back, making jokes. And the back half of this episode just turned into a Jack turning into a, you know, Jack getting blended. Wait, what? What? Wait a sec, guys. That was my reaction video to Stargate SG-1 Season 6, Episode number 4. They literally just left that episode. What was that? What was that? Jack ambiguously says, yes, let's do it. A big plot, at least to me, like a big idea that Jack is being blended, and we just end the episode off on that? This felt like 2 episodes that were just mix and match together. What about all this stuff about the ancient and the... Wait, what?
Bruh, chill.
It just seemed really odd. Did I like this episode? I thought it was pretty fine. I mean, I didn't even realize that the time was going on for so long that we finished the runtime of the episode, because we pivoted. I thought we were going to continue on with, it was like a partial virus episode, a partial Alpha First Watch. I don't know if this is going to be a thing where they just mention this in the future. The show sometimes end things abruptly like that, but this seemed rather jarring. Then we find this woman in the ice who is blowing the ideas of what we had previously thought about the Gould, Earth, you know, the gates. Turns out she might be one of the ancients. And I thought all that was really intriguing and interesting information here. And then we sort of, then it seemed as if the virus plotline wasn't really going to go anywhere. Like, it seemed like the idea was planted, but they sort of cooled it off for a bit. Then they started ramping that up towards the second half of this episode. And then there's also a whole idea of Jonas and her building this bond with one another. This was just an odd episode for me. I did not enjoy it, but I'm just confused on some of the choices. And why was there a pineapple? More importantly, like, this is such a weird episode. It didn't even seem like they were getting sick really until we see Carter at night. There's just no, there's just like no resolution. Then the tokers come in. Yeah, guys, truly, I kind of don't, I mean, I didn't think this was a bad episode, but it was just rather confusing. Jack being blended like over his dead body. This is something, we know who Jack is. We know how his character is. That I thought this was going to lead to something bigger. Maybe I just expected more. I don't know. But I mean, some other important bits of information is that is this woman is, you know, dates back to whatever 50 million years ago before the Goulds. I thought Jonas was fine here, giving him a little bit more screen time, giving him a bond. What's her name? God, I'm so terrible with names, new names. And the idea that she's like healing everybody, that sort of took priority of the focus this episode. I'm truly just a little confused as to where they're going with this one, the abrupt ending. So I guess O'Neill just got blended and we're just gonna kind of gloss over that and continue moving on. Or the idea of blending earlier on in the series is that once you do it, you can't undo it. It almost seems a little convenient that they just mentioned in this episode. There's also this really important piece of information that would be useful as well. What is that information? How did the blending go? She just died? Is that it? We didn't really extract too much from it, but what did you think about this episode? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, if you enjoyed this one, then definitely be sure to smack the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. A different change of terrain. I would have maybe liked seeing them in the snow a little bit more, but I mean, yeah, I took this episode for what it was. But as always, guys, let me know what you thought about this one, and I will catch you in the next one. Love you guys. Peace.